Hi everyone, it's April with Hair 101 and today we are going to do another chop on this beautiful long hair. And she's done this a few times and she is a little bit nervous, but tomorrow is Valentine's Day, so I wrote love on my lips with violent lip tattoos, and that's for you guys because I love you guys. Alright, for the color we were going to do a balayage technique. And you're wanting just some lighter pieces around your face and then throughout the ends. All the way through the back. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. Have a seat here. So for the color, what tone are you hoping to get for the lighter color? Because I don't think we're gonna go all the way blonde. No, and not orange. So you're wanting to stay in the cooler tones. So we're gonna probably do a toner. And her hair will pull orange because when we lighten it, that will be the underlying tone. So you have to use either a color that has a blue in it to take care of that orange, or you would have to do a toner after you bleached it out. So both of those techniques would work great. You just have to pick one and go for it. Whatever you have in your closet or whatever you've used in the past that works really good. So I'm thinking that since we're doing balayage, I'm going to be using the Firmisi's hair cream lightener. Let me get that out and show it to you. It's the D-Color B D-Color cream from Firmisi's. And the reason why I'm using this is because it is non-swelling. So it is a lightener, it's a cream bleach, but it has a really good oil lightener in it, so it doesn't do as much damage to the hair. There's no powder in it. And also, it doesn't swell. So that's really important when you're painting onto hair, because if it starts to swell and leak everywhere else where you don't want it, then you're gonna have a big mess when you're done. So make sure that you're using a non-swelling bleach or lightener or color, even if you're doing a balayage technique. So the lightening, let's see. So do you want to point out on the swatch chart how light you want the highlight to be?
I want it to be noticeable but not blonde.
So maybe like a 6. Yeah, because my hair is pretty dark. I would say it's a 2. So you need to count. So if you have a 2 and you want to get to a 6, how many levels of lift is that? You need to go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you need 4 levels of lift. And then afterwards, I'm going to be using the Redken Shades EQ in a 9B, and that's blue. And that's going to take care of the orange and bring it back down to a really pretty cool tone instead of a warm tone. All right, so let's get this cut going. So I'm gonna cut her and then dry her and then paint on the color. It's a little bit more work, but I think that'll be the best way to make sure we get her color right. So she wants to donate this hair, so I'm just gonna put it in a ponytail and braid it. There's 14 inches here. She wants the haircut. I'm not making her do this. Oh, it's too late now, sweetheart.
I'm just teasing you.
I know you are. There we go. Lovely. Don't cry. No crying. All right, so we're gonna do the haircut here. I'm gonna do the entire haircut with, well, most of it with my razor. She has really, really thick hair, and she wants it to go really short in the back and a really dramatic A-line. So this is gonna be fun. I sectioned the hair off in a T-part. So that's just the 4 sections right down the middle, and then from the top of the head to the ears. And then I'm gonna take a section in the back. And we're gonna make this a pretty dramatic line because we're going from really short to long. So here's the line in the back. And so earlier we chopped off her hair into this lovely braid so that we could donate this to Locks of Love. And this is pretty much the haircut we got from it. It's just like an A-line. And we're gonna just go really short now and do some detail into it. So the first thing I'm gonna do is take this little section here and I'm gonna cut it to where her hair naturally grows. So I'm gonna hold my fingers right up to the hair growth pattern and I'm just gonna chop off all of this hair using the razor. leaving a little bit of length on the edges so that we can graduate down and have that nice shape. There we go. All right, now I'm just gonna go through this section because she has so much hair, and I'm just gonna razor out some pieces so that we don't have to do that later on. All right, so then I'm gonna take the next section down, just like an inch above that one, and we are gonna have some fun here. We're gonna take this middle section, a little bit from both sides. We're gonna pull it up, and we're gonna just knock it off like that. And then we're gonna take half of the section that we just cut, so split it right back down the middle. And we are going to take all of this up. And I'm gonna take that guide, and I'm just gonna put the razor in, and I'm gonna go from short to long. And the other side too. Same thing, as soon as the guide falls out, go from short to long. So it's leaving you quite a bit of length on these edges, and that's what we want. We want some length on the edges so that we can have the A-line really be dramatic and go forward towards her face. And if the hair starts to get a little bit dry, you can just mist it with some water. When you're razor cutting, it's good to have the hair wet or damp. If it's really dry, it will start to hurt. So you need to make sure that it's not drying out while you're working. And same thing. And this is really fun. It's just kind of playing with the hair, keeping it really soft. And then we should be getting a lot more length here now. When that guide falls out, you're just gonna go to long. Okay, so take down the two other sections on the front. And now we're gonna start to have a little bit more of a disconnect so that we can get this really dramatic line in here. All right, so I'm gonna take another section up here, and I'm gonna just leave out, I'm just gonna take a little section on the top of both of these and pull it straight back. So on this one, I'm not gonna really be grabbing down all the way down by the ears, just this top section. And I'm gonna pull it back to right where I can see the guide underneath. And I'm gonna razor it off. The razor is really fun because it cuts so uneven and just soft that you can kind of just shape the hair whatever you want to do with it. And then we're going to pull this down and then just cut just a little bit off of the sides. Just to give it that A-line look. So you're cutting that little corner off so it's longer. All right, so it looks straight now. So now we're gonna go into these sides and try to get that really fun, drastic A-line shape. So I'm gonna take this section and I'm gonna part it this way. So we're going diagonal forward. And we're gonna go from this long, or this short section in the back, and we're just gonna kind of go all the way to this long section in the front. And just shape that right in there. And if you see like some big chunks that are really thick and hanging, you can just kind of pencil them out a little bit with the razor. So we're gonna pull this all the way back this time, back hair, and then we're going to go from this short section and just take a little bit out of it and go to that long. So we're keeping all that length in the front. Pulling it all the way back, and you need to knock off that little bit of a tail that's in the back that reaches back here, and then leave that length in the front. You can see how this is kind of taking shape now. We have that really dramatic line going forward. So this is the last section on this side. We're going to take it back here. There we go. Okay, same thing on this side. So this is a really fun, fast haircut. And I love using the razor too because it takes care of a lot of the finishing work too. Because you've already put so much texture into it. You don't have to do a ton of finishing, just a little bit of detail where it's maybe not looking so right. Okay, let's dry that up and see how it looks. Does that feel better? Okay. So now I have all this dry and it is really, really thick still. So I'm gonna take my shears and my thinning shears and maybe even the razor some more because she likes pain. And we're gonna start in the back, and I'm gonna have you look down again. Anything that is really long like this, you can just go in and point cut out. That looks better. And I always like to fix the necklines when it's dry and flat ironed anyway, just to see what's going on. Because the hair changes directions down here sometimes when it's wet and dry. Necklines just seem to work better when they're how they wear them. Okay, look straight again. And then I'm gonna go into this bump part of the stack and try to just soften that out a little bit too with the thinning shears. And there isn't really an exact number on like how many times you go through it with the thinning shears. I just kind of go by look and feel. I'm going to do the same partings we did when we cut it. I'm going to just take a section like this. I'm just going to kind of slice out some of the pieces to relieve some of that thickness. You have to be really careful when you get around the face not to take off all of the length. So if you had someone that didn't have this thick of hair, you'd obviously do a lot less of this, but it just goes off look and feel. So do it until you think it looks good, until you can ask them, do you want a little bit more? Do you want, is that good? They can kind of tell you if they want a little bit more taken out. Does that feel better? It's starting to not be like big anymore. Okay. I'm just gonna check. Still really good. And then the thinning shears, I didn't do that on this side. I need to do a little bit more right in here. All right. Okay, I think that, do you want to do anything else with the haircut? Feels good? Do you want to see the back?
Sure. Yeah.
See the side? Is that what you wanted? Okay. All right, so we're good on the cut. Now we're going to do the color. We're going to do a balayage color.